NTA International News.
Successful conduct of general elections in Nigeria. United States Embassy congratulates INEC and the people. Nigerians expectant of stable polity and corrupt-free society from incoming administration in Nigeria. Plus, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton begins campaign tour towards U.S. Democratic presidential election. Hello, welcome to NTA International News. I'm Nancy Godiya-Munihu. We take off with elections in Nigeria. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has released more results of the just concluded governorship elections. Ignatius Onkwo has been following the release of the results and now reports.
Dave Umahi of People's Democratic Party, PDP, pooled a total of 289,867 votes to defeat Labour Party candidate Edward Ukwegu, who scored 124,817 votes. In Niger State, Abubakar Bello of All Progressive Congress APC scored 593,702 votes to defeat PDP's Umar Nasco, who scored 239,772 votes. Umar Tanko Almakura of All Progressive Congress APC pooled a total of 309,746,000 votes to beat All Progressive Grand Alliance candidate Labran Marku, who scored 178,983 votes. In Rivers State, Nyesom Wike of PDP scored 1,029,102 votes to defeat Dakuku Peter Side of APC, who scored 124,896 votes. In Plateau State, Simon Lalong of All Progressive Congress APC pooled a total of 564,913 votes to defeat his closest rival, Jian Puajok of PDP, who scored 520,627 votes. In Katsina State, Aminu Masari of APC scored 943,085 votes to defeat PDP's Musa Nashuni, who scored 476,768 votes. Atiku Bagudu of the All Progressive Congress APC pooled a total of 477,376 votes to defeat PDP candidate Bello Sarkinyaki, who scored 293,443 votes. Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
And still on election results, the Independent National Electoral Commission in Kano State has declared Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje of the All Progressives Congress APC as governor-elect. Abdullahi Ganduje polled 1,546,434 votes to defeat Salihu Sagir Take of the PDP, who got 509,726 votes. Awal Salisu has the report.
22 political parties contested in the 2015 gubernatorial elections in Kano State. The total number of votes cast was 2,109,811. while the total rejected votes were 36,646. Announcing the results, the returning officer, Professor Muhammad Hamisu, said the All Progressive Congress APC gubernatorial candidate Abdullahi Umar Ganduje satisfied all requirements and thereby returned elected.
Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, APC, scored 1,546,434 votes. Having satisfied the requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
The agent of the APC at the Collation Center, Rabiu Suleiman Bichi, expressed delight with the overwhelming victory, while that of the PDP, Ubala Kiru, who signed the result, however, said he is not satisfied with the outcome. The APC also won all the 40 seats of the State House of Assembly. From Kano, Awal Salisu, NTA News.
And reactions continue to trail election results as thousands of Akwa Ibom people poured out from different towns and local government areas of the state to celebrate the victory of the governor-elect, Mr. Udom Emmanuel of the PDP, after he was declared winner of the April 11 governorship election by INEC. Jenny Bassi has the details.
The celebration held simultaneously across the three senatorial districts of Uyo, Ikore-Ekpene and Eket. The main celebration began at Wellington Bassey Way, Uyo, and moved to the government house with an unprecedented crowd. They sang songs of victory, chanting PDP and raising the party colors in umbrellas and flags. Governor Kpabio, who addressed the murmured crowd, told them that based on their support since 2007, he had resolved to support the emergence of a leader that will consolidate on his achievements.
President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, the leader of the PDP, showed a good example when he called President-elect Buhari and congratulated him. I will expect all those who contested against Emmanuel to also, in the spirit of decision, in the spirit of sportsmanship, they should all call Emmanuel and congratulate him.
The governor-elect, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, who dedicated the victory to the people of the state, especially youths and women, assured them of sustainable development of the state. In Uyo, Jenny Bassi, NTA News.
And on the other hand, Labour Party governorship candidate in Akwa Ibom State, Senator Helen Esuene, and other stakeholders have called for the cancellation of the governorship election in the state. Senator Esuene is alleging shortage of ballot papers and snatching of ballot boxes in Eket, Esit Eket, Ona, among other places in the state. She said the outcome of the results is disappointing as some electorates, despite the thoroughness by INEC to ensure free and violent-free election, displayed acts of indiscipline during the polls in the state. Meanwhile, the United States Embassy in Nigeria has congratulated Nigerians and the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for the successful conduct of March 28 and April 11 general elections across the country. A statement issued by the U.S. Embassy says, although there were reported cases of alleged violence and irregularities in some parts of the country, particularly in Rivers and Akwa Ibom, the embassy advised those dissatisfied to pursue their grievances peacefully in the law court. While commiserating with Nigeria for the loss of lives and destruction of property, the embassy also commended Nigeria's political parties, President Goodluck Jonathan and the President-elect Muhammadu Buhari, who urged their supporters to conduct themselves peacefully throughout the electoral process. In a similar vein, the Christian Council of Nigeria, CCN, has applauded the 2015 general elections, describing it as credible. The national president of the council and primate African Church, Right Reverend Emmanuel Udofia, stated this while interacting with the media on the election.
The Christian Council of Nigeria says it trained and deployed about 2,000 domestic election observers in the 36 states and the FCT. The council, Right Reverend Udofia says, observed that the process was generally peaceful, with Nigerians showing keen interest in the electoral process.
The council is advising all stakeholders not satisfied with the process to proceed through the well-established channels to seek redress, either by INEC or the Electoral Tribunal. The Council calls on all Nigerians to remain peaceful and to put Nigeria first. Democracy has grown deeper roots in our country with these elections.
The council also acknowledged efforts of other election observers, security agencies, and INEC in ensuring the success of the election. The Christian Council of Nigeria, established in 1929, is an affiliate of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN. In Abuja, Ruben Okala, NTA News.
In another development, a coalition of affiliate groups under the Nigeria Civil Society is insisting on a reevaluation of the governorship and State House of Assembly elections in Akwa Ibom, Abia State and Rivers. A report from the group's Situation Room alleged numerous cases of electoral misconduct and election-related violence in the three affected states. Shehu Gunlui tells us more.
Society group was a two-sided coin for the electoral umpire. While acknowledging the relative peaceful conduct of the election amidst low voter turnout, the group decried the cases of electoral violence and misconduct in some states. The states identified include Katsina, Sokoto, Adamawa, Benue, Kano, Delta and Imo State, but with particular emphasis made on violent incidences in Rivers, Akwa Ibom and Abia states. The group argued that the numerous cases of electoral misconduct witnessed by their observers on the field in Abia, Akwa Ibom and Rivers states creates good grounds to question the credibility of the polls in the affected states.
Situation Room calls on INEC to urgently take steps to clinically scrutinize the final collated results from these three states, Rivers State, Akwa Ibom State and Abia State.
While congratulating the electorate for the collective determination to further improve elections in the country, the group called on INEC to further strengthen its oversight of resident electoral commissioners and state electoral officers in the management and conduct of elections. In Abuja, Shehu Gunlui, NTA News.
Now that the 2015 general elections are largely conclusive in the country, Nigerians are looking forward to a stable polity, corruption-free society and industrialized economy. Correspondent Joseph Orok tells us more on the expectations of Nigerians from the incoming government.
The successful conduct of the March 28th presidential and National Assembly elections, as well as the April 11th governorship and Houses of Assembly elections, has no doubt left prophets of doom in surprise. Ahead of May 29th handing over dates from the 16 years of PDP rule to the APC government.
Moving around the Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, shows that Nigerians are relaxed from the apprehensions which characterize the just concluded national elections in the country and are expectant of the new government.
Taking care of lighting problem, taking care of unemployment, taking care of health. That's the most important thing we need, and taking care of education.
We believe the president-elect, General Buhari, is a disciplined man. We expect him to ensure we bring such into the new government.
As we have had the confab report, and we, as the masses, I believe we will urge him to implement the confab, because we believe that is the confab that will give us a balanced ground.
Others say they are not expecting much from the incoming government.
I'm not expecting much, because Buhari is not coming there to do magic. We're all Nigerians, we are not foreigners.
Whereby multiple taxation is killing the industry. Even the attitude of Nigerian national orientation needs to be reoriented to actually encourage Nigerians to patronize Nigerian products and Nigerian goods and Nigerian tourism sites.
The respondents, however, urged Nigerians to demand good governance at state and local government levels, as being expected from the national level. Joseph Orok, NTA News.
You're watching news on NTA International, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria. We earlier informed you that United States Embassy in Nigeria had congratulated the people and INEC on the success of March 28 and April 11 elections. Up ahead, United States Democratic presidential election. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton begins campaign tour. Details after the break. Investing in Nigeria food market. In this report, Musa Baba Aliyu takes a look at food production, supply and market demand in Nigeria.
Informal commodity market like this one are found in all parts of Nigeria, including the urban centers. The markets primarily deal in the demand and supply of farm produce for local and international consumption.
In the informal market, also known as farmers' market, prices of commodity is determined by the demand and supply of produce. Oftentimes, farmers run at loss, especially when there is no market for their produce. Muhammad Babagana is a middleman in farmers' market in Nasarawa State. He says the farmers rely on them to fix price for their produce.
If we get plenty goods, so we have low price, very, very low. Like now we sell the bag, whole bag, where before we sell it 20,000, 15,000, now it's 4,000, 3,500.
Commodity and exchange market was established primarily to address challenges associated with marketing and pricing of non-perishable crops. Records have shown that with the ongoing reform in the commodity market, the exchange is attracting international patronage.
We've brought buyers and sellers together. We have provided a market for the farmers, and we have provided a supply for the processors. So that's what we're doing now, and we've gone into a number of MOUs with individual companies, processors, and with about 7 licensed seed companies.
Meanwhile, the prices of common food have remained relatively stable in recent times in the commodity market. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
And giving succor to the needy, the health challenges of internally displaced persons remain a source of concern to government and non-governmental organizations. This is why the Nigerian Air Force is intervening through medical outreach held at the IDP's camps in Kujigoro in Abuja Municipal and at the Abuja at 30 village in Kuje Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory FCT. Defense correspondent Muhammad Abdul Kadri reports.
In addition to providing air support for Operation Zaman Lafia in the northeast, the Nigerian Air Force is demonstrating concern for the well-being of the internally displaced persons as part of its corporate social responsibility.
And it is part of the Air Force rules in providing, advocacy and providing support to the civil populace.
The beneficiaries of the health intervention are put at 128 drawn from 22 households in Kuje Area Council, while over 300 benefited at Kuchigoro IDP's camp.
Yes, we really thank the Nigeria Healthcare Delivery System to assist us.
My Nigeria Air Force, they bring medicine for my people.
While the children were immunized, nursing mothers received postnatal care and women smiled home with insecticide-treated mosquito nets. The IDP's camp came alive as non-IDPs who are the host communities took advantage of the free healthcare services.
They are giving me medicine, they are giving me glasses. So is there another place we can get that free?
The chief of Busonkure, while lamenting the lack of a well-established hospital in the area, described the gesture by the Nigerian Air Force as timely. The medical rhapsody by the Nigerian Air Force, which is the first for the internally displaced persons who relocated from Chibok, has helped to stabilize those of them who are traumatized and help to promote civil-military relations. From Kuje and Kuje Local Government Area Council of Abuja, Muhammad Abdul Kadri, NTA News.
This profile of states in Nigeria increases commercial bank customers to spend less from their debit cards abroad. Plus, world rice trade to drop to 41.3 million tons in 2015. Details with Muplang Dakok on Business News.
The external debt profile of states in Nigeria show that Lagos State has the highest debt profile of $1.087 billion, followed by Kaduna State with $234 million. Cross River State follows with external debt profile of $131.469 million. Other states with relatively large external debt profiles are Edo, Ogun, Bauchi, Enugu, Katsina, Oshun, and Oyo. The Central Bank of Nigeria has revealed plans to limit the amount commercial bank customers can spend using their debit cards while abroad in the latest crackdown on dollar demand to save the dwindling foreign reserves. Although the new amount has not been disclosed by the Apex Bank, the current annual limit is $150,000 per individual. And global milled rice is predicted to drop to 2.5% in 2015 from 41.3 million tons recorded in 2014. The United Nations Food Agency, which made the prediction, said the fall is due mainly to stockpiles of higher production in Asia. Muplang Dakok, NTA News.
And now Sudan commences voting in elections despite a boycott by the opposition. Plus, former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton begins campaign tour after a declaration to contest for the U.S. Democratic presidential nomination in 2015. For details of these and more, let's join Justin Bem Unyi. Super Falcons players set for good outing at the World Cup. Kenema Bodike has more.
Nigerian Under-23 Dream Team on Sunday booked a ticket to represent the country in the football event of the 2015 All-Africa Games scheduled for September in Congo-Brazzaville. A brace by Flying Eagles invitee Taiwo Awoniyi ensured victory for Samson Siasia's team against Zambia in Lusaka. The victory has been described as a dream come true for the team, who drew 0-0 in Abuja a fortnight ago.
Given the right atmosphere and the right impetus to perform, I see them as a world beater. After all, they're better of most of these boys we have been seeing over there.
The Super Falcons of Nigeria have assured the country of a good outing at the forthcoming FIFA Women's World Cup in Canada in June. The Falcons, who put 8 unreplied goals past their Malian counterparts in the second leg of the 2015 All-African Games qualifier, say they have set their target on a good outing at the biggest stage in women's football since they have no rivals on the continent.
Winning Mali 7 or 8 is not the beginning. I believe we have so much friendlies to play, and I believe this will boost our morale to do more. We are looking ahead like the international teams like US and Sweden. We are not looking at this one.
Masters champion Jordan Spieth says he is relishing a future rivalry with Rory McIlroy after winning his first major over the weekend.
This was arguably the greatest day of my life, and to join